Hey kids, I remember we were getting ready to go to sleep, and I told you that going to sleep was like your brain eating chocolate, or it was like sleeping in a lake or a swimming pool. We woke up the next morning, and I asked you what you dreamed about. My daughter said it didn't do anything, and my son said he saw the universe. I haven't seen the universe since I was 7. I'm 35 now, and I finally understood what he meant by that. But I don't even know if they remember, or if you watching this knows what that means. But what do I know about psychology? I'm just an egghead, because my head feels like an egg. And I know I could do lots of great things for psychology and I could change it. But I don't have the schooling. I don't have the money. I don't have the affection or the love. I'm alone. And I don't always say weird things. Just because I talk about it on the media, that's my way to try to become famous and change psychology so people listen to me. When I'm at home, you don't know who I am when I'm at home. Well, let me show you. I'm at home now alone. You know what I want? I want a gun so I can shoot myself in the head. That's who I am when I'm at home. I don't like saying weird things. I just know that in psychology, when these mentally ill people are thinking weird things that they think is true, I always thought that I could say something that was slightly true to change their thinking on what their reality was, so that they no longer had to be afraid of their thoughts, so they could move on and ignore whatever was going on in their head. And I wanted to do that through a therapy that I copyrighted called Visual Replacement Therapy. This is a real thing. I invented it. Imaginal psychology is a real thing. I did not invent it. I will finish the rest of the chapters of my credible doctor paper that I'm reading on my Imaginal Psychology Bridge with Modern Day Psychology. Parts 1, 2, and 3 are done. I'll finish the rest of them when I feel it's important. But I don't like the gift that I have of being able to see through walls and to be able to see people's emotions and feel what people are thinking. You know why I feel that way? Because it comes from 18 years of practicing meditation. Closed-eye, deep meditation, reaching enlightenment. Totally freeing and clearing out my mind. And the only reason you may not have known me that way was because I was being suppressed emotionally. They were giving me medication to suppress my emotions because they thought I was mentally ill. All I was doing was trying to talk about meditation and being suppressed with these medications. I couldn't talk about the meditation. I was being suppressed with medication, so I couldn't talk about meditation. Meditation's a real thing. It's a way to get into the subconscious mind of all things and beings in the universe. It is a real thing. Close your eyes. Breathe through your nose for an hour without swallowing, and you will see what I mean. You will free your mind. You will empty every thought inside your head. And nothing will matter in that moment while you sit there breathing by yourself. And then you open your eyes, uncross your legs, and swallow. It's that simple. But we don't teach our children these things. We teach our children Jesus walked on water. No, Jesus did not walk on water. Jesus needed glasses, therefore it looked like he was underwater because he couldn't see. How do I know this? Because I need glasses. The only difference between me and Jesus is I actually have glasses. I'm wearing contacts right now. I can see. Things aren't fuzzy and it looks like I'm underwater. That's what they meant. But they don't teach us these things about meditation. They don't teach us the truth about our subconscious thoughts that are released with images from our soul. Psychology and schools teach secularism. We don't teach anything else in this planet. High school teaches popularity and secularism. And to get divorced, everybody gets failed. No matter who you want to blame on the divorce did not benefit anyone, no matter what excuse you want to say. Divorces don't benefit anyone. It actually hurts a lot more people than most people think. You've got the government and taxpayers paying money. And lots of people get hurt emotionally and spiritually from divorce. And who gets the bad rap about it? Who's the bad guy? The one who doesn't have custody. How do I know this? My dad didn't have custody of me. My mom talked so much crap about my dad all the time. And I never once heard my dad say anything about my mom that was bad. And I don't do the same thing. I don't talk bad. I have never talked bad to my kids about their mother. And I don't plan on it. We should have never got together. We should have never had kids. It didn't benefit anybody. A broken home is not and never will be a 100% conscious, happy home. Americans are teaching our generations that are getting older that it's okay to throw stuff away if it's broke. We don't fix it. Throw it away. Buy a new one. Get a new one. Don't fix nothing. We're indisposable. Human beings are treated like nothing more than pieces of trash. And when they're no longer wanted, we throw them away. Oh, they got a scratch on it because of something happened. We'll throw it away and buy a new one. I don't throw stuff away. Everything that's in my house right now, I have enough material objects to last me the rest of my life. As of this moment. When something breaks, I'll go buy a new one. We don't need that much stuff on this planet. There are too many material objects that are confusing our consciousness. And we are not able to use common sense and move our body movements around these material objects, because that's the definition of common sense. The more material objects you own and the more material objects you have to deal with, the more common sense you have to move around with. Because the more material objects you own, the more you have to move your body and mind around these material objects to take care of them. Could you imagine being a billionaire and having to take care of how many different things? They're probably not evil. They're probably really, really confused. And that's about how I feel. It may have taken me how many years to find out that what I was trying to talk about was imaginal psychology, but it's a real thing. And it's been gone since the beginning of modern medicine, since the Industrial Revolution. People don't understand the ancient taproot of imaginal psychology. So I've been trying to teach you, but I get shunned for it. I get belittled for it. I get made fun of for it. People are scared of me for it. I didn't invent imaginal psychology. I'm just relaying a message because they said in that article that they did not know how to bridge it with modern day psychology. I'm sorry that I know everything about psychology. I don't know anything else though. I don't know how to have a relationship of any sort. Never have had a relationship of any sort. Never had a close emotional relationship with anybody in my life ever. Because of the brain damage. Because of changing eye dominance. Because I can't see the universe anymore. Because I got stuck in the psychiatric field for 18 years being fed medications that suppressed my emotions when all I wanted to do was talk about meditation. Being slipped drugs, hallucinogen drugs, 7 different times in my life. 6 times before I was 20. And the most recent 2 years ago while I was working as an intern for the sustainability program at my college. So I've been slipped drugs 7 times. There are 7 deadly sins. Which means there's 7 emotions that we have and deal with. Maybe not 7 emotions, but there are 7 types of behavior that we are. Each person has 7 types of behavior that stem from these 7 sins. It's when you ask yourself the question, what is the main emotion that I'm having right now? What's the primary emotion I'm having right now? And when I find that primary emotion, which sin does it come from? But we don't want to teach our kids stuff like this. We don't want to teach kids how to be Zen. We want to teach kids popularity and secularism. And then I get treated like the bad guy because I literally know everything about psychology. Notice I didn't say psychiatry. I'm just a man that regrets his life because he is an egghead. My head feels like an egg, and I can no longer see the universe.